What is up, everybody? It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man card guy here, back with another video for my baker's dozen of fans out there. And today we are going to be opening up a blaster box of 2021 Upper Deck Hockey in hopes that we get that Lafreniere Young Guns. But I'm also going to be talking a little bit about some of the Pokemon theme decks that I was able to find today at the store, and give you my opinion on what I'm doing with it in terms of an investment standpoint. Um, Hopefully you guys find some value, but want to give a big shout out to some of the people that have been giving me some advice and help on the Pokemon front. I'm been a sports card collector my entire life and really didn't know too much about Pokemon a few months ago, but luckily, thanks to Sergio Rips and Pokefiends and a couple other guys, I was able to quickly catch up, a little bit anyway, enough to be able to buy some of this stuff and be comfortable with it from an investment standpoint. So, without further ado, let's open up a box, have some fun. Hopefully, we get lucky, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing on the Pokemon front with some of the stuff that's in the stores right now. So, let's see here. As you can see, we have got blaster box and some of the cracked ice hollows from some of the Pokemon theme decks that are on the shelves right now. Charizard from the Vivid Voltage is one of the things that is on the shelves right now. The Charizard and the Dreadnought. I've been staying away from the Dreadnought personally. Got too much of him in the Champions Path openings. But can't go wrong with the Charizard, right? And personally, I really like these cracked ice hollows. I think they look really nice, and they're the promo that comes in these theme decks. So, I really don't know the print run on these or the reprint status, but I think that graded PSA 9 or 10 is still a really good investment and good bang for the buck compared to the $12.99 or whatever these theme decks cost. So, starting out real quick, let's take a look at this Charizard. Personally, I think the centering looks pretty good for the most part on the front. The back could use a little work, but I'm hoping to get a PSA 9 out of this. If it does, I think it'll more than pay for itself and be a good investment to hold for a little while. And then some of the XY Evolutions themed decks are hitting the shelves again, so I guess reprints are definitely happening with these theme decks, but you can't go wrong with Pikachu and Mew, two of the most popular Pokemon out there as well. And to be honest with you, these are really hard to grade. The centering on these are not great when you look at some of the boxes, so it's important that you choose carefully with which ones you're picking up off the shelf. Starting here with the Mewtwo. Overall, the centering I think is looking pretty good on the front, and then on the back, pretty good as well. So this could get a PSA 10. I'm hoping so. I actually haven't seen a PSA 10 in this yet, but I think there's going to be a wave of PSA Pokemon graded cards going to be hitting the market here in the next 3 to 6 months. With all the stuff that's out there waiting to be graded at PSA. We'll get into that a little bit as we're talking opening through the Upper Deck box. And then the Pikachu, it's kind of hard to see with the yellow background and the yellow border, but in my experience anyway, the Pikachu seems to be the hardest one to get good centering on. So, as you can see, it's a little bit left to right, and top to bottom doesn't look terrible, but we'll see. Hopefully we get a PSA 9 out of it, and if so, I think they're going for over $100, so we'll see how those do. I'll set those aside here, and we can get into the... I'm also submitting the extra Charizard that comes inside of that theme deck as well, just in case, especially the ones that look nice. But let's get into this Upper Deck blaster and see if we can get lucky. I used to be a hockey fan as a kid, and kind of can only watch so much stuff, but overall, I think these cards are really fun to open. Really nice looking photos and artwork on them. So, like I said, hopefully we can get a good young gun like the Lafreniere. So we will see here, but Let's go ahead and open up a little bit. I'm not going to go through the names. One, because I don't want to butcher them too much, and two, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my feeling on some of the, like I said, the wave of PSA submissions that are going to be hitting the market here pretty soon. Right. Looks like we got a laser here. I opened one box of these, and first Young Guns already. So Philip Khrushchev, not familiar, but we'll look him up afterwards. And then these Dazzlers, I think these look really cool. So set that one aside as well. But anyway, back to the Pokemon and really sports cards as well. There's just, as everyone knows, a ton of graded cards being sent into PSA and Beckett. They are overwhelmed, and it's going to take a while for some of these, especially the bulk submissions, to get back into people's hands. But when they do, I think that there's going to be a big wave of graded cards coming onto the market. In the way today's hobby is, it's might not be so terrible, but like with anything else in economics, supply and demand. So as the supply of PSA 9s and 10s of different sports cards and Pokemon cards are coming back, I think that, obviously the prices will dip a little bit, but I don't know. I think that before anyway, certain Pokemon cards were being sent in to be graded, and not so much these mid-tier or lower level cards like these cracked ices over here. I don't know if I'm in the minority in sending these in or not, but it does concern me a little bit, because I don't want to be the 10,000th person to get a PSA 9 Charizard cracked ice and try and sell it, and get stuck holding it or something like that. But the nice thing about these theme decks is that you can check the centering and kind of choose the best, the best looking one to pick up off the shelf, rather than just opening it and being disappointed. So if you just lift up this, you don't have to break it open or anything, but if you lift up the sides a little bit on the box, you can get a good view of the left to right centering and the top of the card, which will give you a good idea of what the bottom looks like as well, if you know what you're doing. And like I said, kind of choose the best one that you think. Let's see, Landeskog Canvas, it's kind of cool. Yeah, so if you see these decks on the shelf, make sure you're taking a good look. Sometimes you don't really have the option when there's a lot of people there and everyone wants one, and you kind of just, everyone gets one, and you just get stuck with the one that you're given or whatever. But if you see them on the shelf, you really can, like I said, just lift up the sides and the top a little bit to see what that centering looks like, and then make an educated guess on whether or not you think it's a good box to pick up Ovechkin here. Like I said, this artwork in these is really nice. I mean, that's a pretty cool looking card. These portraits, I'm not really a fan of those, but whatever. So yeah, if you're going to be picking up some of those theme decks, and I don't know if you're doing the same thing, or if you're just holding them in the box and keeping them sealed, which isn't a bad idea either, because from what I've seen, especially with the Pikachu and the the Mewtwo, if you sum both together, you can get like, I don't know, $45 or whatever, and double your money if you're looking to flip it. Let's see here. Hopefully we can get another Young Gun. We'll see. So we got one pack left. So let's see. Like I said, the last blaster I opened had 2 Young Guns in it. It doesn't say it's guaranteed or anything, but looks like you're at least guaranteed 1 from the odds. But let's see if this has the Young Guns in it. If it does, I'll feel a lot more comfortable picking up more blasters in the future, knowing that I can get 2 Young Guns and a better shot of landing this Lafreniere. But oh yeah, there we go. Young Guns. Jake Ottinger. Not familiar with him either, but we'll look him up afterwards. If you want to leave a comment, if you know if some of these guys are good, let me know, and make me feel like an idiot. But yeah, overall, I know they're rookies, so you don't know who's going to be good. It'd be nice to get the Lafreniere, but we got two young guns, Kurashev and Ottinger, and it was a good open. So I feel comfortable buying these blasters. I think the value is probably there, and they're just fun to open. So really appreciate all of you guys watching. If you enjoyed the content and the commentary, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. What are you guys doing with some of this Pokemon themed decks and some of the stuff that's on the shelf? Are you opening it? Are you grading? Are you keeping it sealed? I'd love to know, just to kind of get different perspectives. But as always, thank you so much for joining me. Spider-Man Card Guy here, and we'll catch you next time.